What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dice House and the DCUO commentary here. Today I'm bringing you some nice little PvP match here against Overdose League. Started this preamble right here real quick for this match. They had one of their healers froze out, and they ended up getting a pug from the ever-expanding and ever-growing Black Armada Legion on the villain side there. I gotta tell you, most of the Black Armada guys I've run into aren't really, that fantastic at PvP. But I don't think I've run into the same one more than twice. Ever. In this game right now. There's a lot of them out there. But also, I wanted to give you some news too and all that. If any of you are trying to get on the game earlier today, you will notice that you can't. And that is because Update 10 is hitting today. Not a huge, real big update as far as like any new content being added, as in like no new content's being added, but some definite fixes and a couple of new things they've added in here for us to enjoy, maybe try and make the game a little bit better, and some improvements and everything. Right off the top, the first thing they did was they've updated the UI. Basically, what they've done is, in order to provide players with a better experience when queuing for content, they've redesigned the on-duty UI to be more like the layout of the mission journal. Beyond just being familiar, players now have greater control and visibility when queuing. See, the new on-duty UI provides players with better feedback. For example, if you're in a if a player is queuing and does not meet the requirements for the specific content, the on-duty UI is going to display a message as to what criteria the player does not meet. So, like, I'm guessing this is mostly going to be a combat rating thing right here. I'm not sure what other stats or what other criteria a person couldn't meet for any of the PvE content, but yeah, so basically, in other words, when you are putting together a pug group for an alert or a raid, you're going to know right off the bat whether or not who can queue up for it or not. And obviously, it's going to relate to combat rating and stuff like that. Also, you're going to see players will be able to see the status of group members and be notified if a member of the party does not meet the requirements. Let's see here. A couple other things they had changed here. One, this is a big one right here, and I know there's a lot of people out there probably going to be upset about this, but I know there's a lot of people, myself included, who's very happy about this. And that's where they've fixed a couple of things with group loot. First off, when you're farming exobits and you're in a group, exobits do not bring up a group loot option anymore. If you find it, you get it. So there's, you don't have to worry about anybody in your group stealing your exobits if you're the one that finds it. And also, this is the biggest one right here. The fixed the group loot to where players will no longer be able to roll need on an item if they are unable to wear it. So no more healers stealing tank stuff, no more controllers stealing healer stuff, or vice versa, or any other combination like that. If you cannot equip it, you cannot need on it. You can still greed on it, I'm guessing, but you're not going to be able to ninja loot healers and controllers if you are a tank. Also, this also applies if you're running the DPS stance. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this because people only choose to DPS in this game, especially when in regards to PvE or even PvP. There's some people who just refuse to play their main role. The only thing I can say about that is, I understand. With the way the RPS system's set up in this game for PvP and everything, it would be because there's been a campaign and all that. Some people have been trying to get damage as its own stance, to where the PvE gear that drops like the Oolong style set is a DPS gear, and they want to try and make that a damage roll only. The thing is, though, everybody can go DPS in this game. the healers can go DPS, tanks can go, and so can controllers. So I mean, as far as DPS having being its own role, I mean, technically it is its own role, but as far as having role-specific gear for it, I don't really see the point behind it. I mean, seriously, I mean, if everybody can go DPS, then everybody can go DPS. But the main issue is, I know that is like, healers needing, healers in raids, or healers, tanks, or trollers, honestly, in raids, needing on DPS gear that drops. Not following the, proper loot etiquette. And now this is going to, solve some problems for the tanks and healers and controllers out there, getting ninja looted from, healers, tanks, and trollers out there. But as far as DPS goes, they're still kind of left out. But at the same time, I mean, you guys can still, roll need on the healer, tank, or controller gear, whichever is your main role, and be able to get that gear. Now, it doesn't really man, 90 couldn't break out that VB spam. It doesn't help you guys towards that effect, but I mean, this is a good fix. I mean, this is going to fix a lot of the ninja looting, and I'm really glad they did introduce it, because to be honest with you, when people's shouts for trying to get into a raid are being drowned out by the 3 or 4 people who are crying or bitching at each other in the Watchtower or Hall of Doom, because somebody ninja looted, and they don't understand that Oolong is not an iconic set. It gets really ridiculous, and drowns out the people trying to get together with others and play the game while you guys are just standing there bitching at each other the whole time. A couple other things they fixed here. Another big one right here for us. This is mostly for a fix for PvP. I understand a lot of PvE guys are upset because this is getting fixed, but the trinket stacking, no more trinket stacking going on in the game. Stat buffs applied from one trinket will no longer stack with the same stat from another trinket. Corrected a number of inconsistencies with the trinkets, buffing stats with incorrect tier values. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be, but we'll have to see what... now I can't break out of the VB spam. We'll have to see exactly what we get from the... what kind of changes they done to the trinkets outside of being able to stack the stats up there. Another thing here, bounties. The Lightning Strikes bounties and wanted missions now have a chance to drop loot for any contributors currently on the mission. This is an interesting fix. I'm curious as to what kind of loot's going to be dropping from them. If it's angelic backs or barbarian wastes, that would be awesome. Fourth world heads would be awesome too. Nice little random. And I'm also curious whether or not it's going to be a group loot issue with those drops, but it says for any contributor, so we'll have to see. Let's see here, a couple other things. They've done some fixes with South Gotham, moved taken away the Gotham Invasion mission because of the future DLC coming out here. And oh, another big thing right here, pets. They fixed pets. Pets are now going to no longer ignore toughness in PvP. So that's a good fix right there too. I was getting really tired of seeing them, and was actually kind of disappointed. Another match that I have recorded, I'll probably post later this week, of exclusive league, running with pets in Watchtower match against them. It's pretty lame. Pretty lame. See, other things they've general fixes here. Something here is mostly fixed everybody. Soulwell for sorcery. Soulwell when using a damage roll now correctly applies critical hit chance buff to friendly targets within range when enemies are KO'd. They removed the progress bar for staff for Martial Flowers launching roundhouse combo and leaping overhead strike. Let's see, two-handed martial arts, current effects menu tooltip display for both of those weapons. The weapon critical damage bonus will now display properly. gadgets. They've done a fix here for the clown box. It's now will now properly overwrite damage prevention effects from neural neutralizer and hide. So I guess you can't stack those anymore. Let's see here. Acrobatics. You can now control your height by pressing forward or down on the movement controls. Let's see here. PvP Diamond Heist has been moved to the west a little bit because of everything going on in South Gotham. KOs on players summoned pets no longer affect the scores in PvP arenas. Let's see here. A few fixes to some alerts. This is a big fix here actually for the new team buff thing. The role optional alerts should now balance properly, only using DPS people in place of other roles. So for example, if you have like 3 controllers and 3 DPS queued up before, you could have had a group with 3 controllers and 1 DPS. Now you should get a group with 1 controller and 3 DPS. So it's actually giving priority queues to DPS. It sounds like, but this actually will help to make a more balanced group rather than having 3 or 4 tanks. In an instance, you'll get 1 tank and then however many rolls whoever else is queuing up after that. So this is actually a good thing here, because I know pugging tier 1s and tier 2s is starting to get a little annoying. Just solo queuing up for that stuff and not getting it. See, they've done a few fixes to some raids and everything too. I'll have a link for all this stuff here in the description below for you guys, so you can read it all yourselves, check it out. Let me know what you all think about it. Like I said though, update 10 hitting today. Servers are actually down right now for it as I record this. Let me know what you guys think about also in the update here. This update here, I know it's content wise it's very sparse, but it does introduce some nice fixes. Obviously the biggest thing is going to be the biggest addition to the game is going to be this new on-duty UI, which I'm going to have to check out here as soon as I'm able to get on the game. They're expecting the servers to be down for about 4 hours, so they should be up. Well, more likely when you're watching this video they'll be up, but they should be up around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for everybody. But yeah, just here to talk about this match a little bit here. You've heard me mention a couple of times about VB spam. The VB spam is the main reason why I had not done my electricity loadout guide yet for that power, because I know there's a buff coming for it, because there it is again. VB spam, doing it all the time. Some people. There it is again. It's like as soon as it's off cooldown, they use it. But yeah, so I mean that's the main reason why I haven't done the loadout guide yet for electricity, because I know there's a nerf coming along soon, and once the VB spam gets fixed, I want to be able to know what is good for a loadout. So, because I know that's getting fixed. And honestly, I was disappointed that fix wasn't in this update. Disappointed about balancing the weapons wasn't fixed. Dual wield still hits way too hard, or either that or other weapons don't hit hard enough. I get a lot higher burst damage with there it is again. Ugh. I get a lot higher burst damage with dual wield than I ever have with brawling. And jeez, oh Pete, there it is again. But so I mean, I honestly wish they would balance the weapons out. Ranged weapons need to get buffed back up. They didn't nerf them before, but they buffed melee and it's made ranged weapons obsolete. Granted, I mean, I know I was one of the people who was happy about a melee buff because it needed to be done, but with the way like dual wields going on, this is why all you see is dual wields in PvP arenas now, and it's honestly quite sickening because and dual wield it's gotten really boring. I mean, I put brawling on last night in a match just because I was bored with dual wield. I was having like no fun with dual wield at all because it's the same thing. Everybody tries for that 6-hit combo to get that massive burst damage out, and it's ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of balance issues that need to happen with this game. As far as like speed drain for super speed, rejuve, invigorate, and transcendence, giving power out to the group when they're healer powers. It's I mean, you got end up having entire teams running nothing but support supercharges in their loadout. I mean, I don't, because I'm flight, so I don't have access to super speed. And honestly, I could switch over to super speed, so I have I can use speed drain for the group. But I mean, I don't. While at one point, there's a point where you can say that you've got to be willing to adjust and adapt to meet the ever-changing PvP requirements for being competitive. At the same time, why do you have to respec for flavor of the month just so you can be competitive? Why do people have to do that? I mean, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the update below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Till next time, y'all, take care. Bye.